What's up, everybody? Good evening or good afternoon, depending on where you are in this part of the world. My name is Doran and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, kindly consider subscribing. And if you are a returning subscriber, I want to say thank you and God bless you. So today I want to share with you a few key points on why you get rejected as a man by women. Perhaps you're a good man, only that you have not taken care of a few things, which I'm going to mention here. Maybe they're going to help you. So, number one, you are very unhygienic. By this, I mean, perhaps you're a good man with a good soul, but you are unkempt. You don't comb your hair, you don't take a shower, Number two, you could be having a bad odor. By this I mean smelly armpits, smelly feet, and general body smell. If you could be having a problem with your feet, why don't you just go to to seek medical attention instead of stressing people out? By this I mean maybe so there are those people who work in offices and they like removing their shoes while in offices. I can say it's very disgusting to have a smelly feet in the office. Or perhaps you've gone to visit someone and your feet smells when you remove your shoes while getting into the house. Just take care of these little things. They're gonna help you. You don't need to be rejected by women. Okay, number two, that's those people who think women are after money. So while dating, they date this lady with the attitude that she's after money. If you feel that your woman is after money, why don't you invest in her? Bring her up to your level by opening up a business perhaps for her. I know there are some women who are just crooks. You open a business for them and they just run away with your money. That's a sorry state, but not all of them are like that. So the third point is your attitude towards women. There are men who have been nurtured or grew up in a community whereby women didn't have a say in their life. For instance, whatever the father says, that's it. The mother doesn't have any opinion whatsoever in their lives. So such like things, when you grow up with them with such kind of attitude, your woman cannot have a say in your decision making. That's also is a turn off for women. That's why maybe, perhaps, that's why women will always reject you. And if they're after you, that's because maybe you have money. So they stick around to eat your money, to spend your money. And when the time comes, they just quit without a reason. And then you start saying, oh, women are after money. Okay, another point is you talk too much. Have you ever thought of that? As a man, most women don't like men who talk too much. Perhaps when you are around your friends and you're making stories and you just find yourself talking too much, you're not even giving other people a chance to talk. That also triggers women's feelings. So they feel like, hey, why will I be staying with someone who talks the same level as me? Women can talk around 5,000 words. For instance, 10,000 words, maybe in 20 minutes. Something, I don't know. It's just a guess anyway, but women speak more than men. But in this case, if you are a talkative person, just try to balance. You don't need to talk a lot, Another point is just note them down. They're going to help you. Another point is you never take matters or things serious. You never take relationships very serious. What do I mean by that? Perhaps when she comes up with an opinion of something, you don't take it seriously. Just look at her as a mere joker, or maybe she doesn't have a say in your life exactly. You get something like that. Another point is, you as a person, you are in the wrong company. You have many friends who are not, you're not benefiting from them actually. They actually like, do I call them lice or pests? You keep friends who are just wasting your life. What do I mean by this? You need to have friends who are futuristic. Friends who are futuristic. What I mean by this is friends who have plans. For instance, if you have a friend who always thinks about, it's Friday, let's go out, hang out with you. They call them our boys. Let's go out and hang out with our boys. And you leave your family behind, get drunk, come back at 3 a.m. Tell me, if you are dating a lady, what makes you think that that lady will stick around to wait for you to marry her and later come home at 3 a.m. Or perhaps say that you want to go and sleep at your buddy's place. You're married, you want to go and sleep at your buddy's place. I went out with my boys, something like that. For ladies, I think you don't make sense. You need to work on that. Okay? Another point is, you are quick to anger. That's number one turn off for women. If you're quick to anger, that's a turn off for women. You cannot be, I mean, you get angered, you get annoyed so quickly. Maybe this particular lady that you're dating tells you a certain joke. Everything to you is too serious. You can't laugh about it. You just feel annoyed, quick to anger. That will lead to unnecessary quarrels, unnecessary fights, such like things. It's a turn off for women. Men, you need to work on that. So, I still have other points. Stick around. I'm going to tell you. Another point here is, my buddy, you discuss your woman to other men. You discuss your woman to other men. This is a total no. Discussing your woman to your fellow men or your fellow buddies, or you call them your boys. My wife this, my wife that. My wife doesn't know how to cook, my wife doesn't know how to clean. Why don't you help her out or show her how to do it? As simple as that. A happy family works together. Instead of complaining, why don't you show her how to do it? For instance, if your wife doesn't know how to cook a certain kind of meal, you can chip in and check in the kitchen once in a while and show her, hey babe, this is how it's done. Do it this way. I like it when you do it this way. Instead of going to discuss with your fellow buddies, my wife doesn't know how to do this, she doesn't know how to iron. All these complaints, they make your fellow buddies or the fellow, the way you call them, my boys, the so-called boys, they see your wife or your girlfriend in a different way. In Kiswahili we call it wanamdharau. You see, when you walk around with her and yet you complain, and this is the same person that you want to marry or you are already married to, and you discuss it with your buddies, actually it makes no sense. Your fellow men or your fellow buddies, they'll start, like I said in Kiswahili, watamdharau. So another point here is, you're mama's boy. You are mama's boy. This is another one. There are certain kind of, let me not say certain kind of, there are a certain clique of men. A certain clique of men who, they're mama's boys. By this I mean they cannot decide on their own. In everything they have to consult their mummies. But of course, while you're a wife or while you're a girlfriend, you like your son to consult you. It's amazing, it feels good. But in this case, your husband now is consulting the mother. Sometimes, okay, for me, I just feel like maybe the husband or this particular boyfriend should be telling the mother, Mom, this is what and what I'm planning to do. And not, Mom, do you think I should build? Do you think I should do this? Do you think we should have kids? Do you think I should buy a car? Do you think I should buy a piece of land? Man, you don't need all that. You need to ask or consult with your wife, agree on things, instead of always not telling actually. In this case, it's like you asking for your mom's opinion so that you can work on it. Such like things really piss off women. They make women feel so bad. You need to work on that. And I still have more points. And another point here is you are not futuristic. Whenever you are planning on your future, you don't involve her. You don't plan on, like, for instance, in 10 years time, in 5 years time, where do you want to be? You just, most of the time, you just think, you can't think beyond your nose. Is that how people call it? You don't think beyond your nose. Most of the time, you're like, you just want things done right now, but you don't have any future plan on how you want your life to be. Like, you don't have this picture of where we want to be. Okay, such like things really hurt women, and that's why you are still alone. So if there is anything that I've mentioned here that you think will help you, maybe you can work on it. Okay, and I don't think I've left any point here apart from the one that I'm gonna emphasize on, the bad odor. If you have a bad breath, kindly seek medical attention. This affects people from the moment you get into a matatu, or maybe a friend gives you a lift. They just feel like, man, why don't you just be quiet? Just don't talk, okay? Don't talk. Let me give you a ride. Go to your place. I drop you, and that's it. Because you have a bad breath. Seek medical attention if it's that serious. And another one that I'm going to emphasize on is the armpits. I'm going to give you options. You can use Nivea for men, Rexona for men. You don't need to have these smelly armpits in the name of in Kiswahili we say wanaume ni jasho. You don't need to have that bad smell, because you just have to show that you're a man, and men have to sweat, to provide. It's good to have a good smell, And that one, the one that I said, unhygienic, I'm going to emphasize too on that. And that one, you need to shower. The men who don't shower at all, maybe you shower once in a blue moon, you shower once in a week. You just use cologne over and over. No, you need to shower. Even women love men who have good smell, okay? And for those who have long nails, or perhaps there are the finger, the small finger, or sometimes this one, I don't know how it's called, this one. You find that men have long nails. Sometimes there are those who even apply Q-tips. Man, let me give you this one for free. You can take it to the bank. Women don't like that, okay? I do not want you to stay alone. I do not want you to be single forever, okay? This is just tips that I'm giving you for free. And if you have dreadlocks, make sure they are neat, they are clean, and they smell good. Because no woman will want to be beside someone who has dirty dreadlocks. Dreadlocks like that are smelling bad, okay? So let's work on that. And the last one, I think I had forgotten this one, being irresponsible. Irresponsible for me, I define it as you are never accountable in any way, from finances to how you carry yourself around, okay? if you're going out, you want to spend extremely, some do that for a show off, especially when they are around friends. You want to buy drinks for everybody, but in the background you are suffering. Okay, you don't need to do that. When a woman realizes that you're such kind of a person who you just feel like you want to show off, but in the background you're suffering, you're straining, you're under pressure, you don't need all that. So I think that's all for today. Just if I have left anything, you as a viewer, you can add it in the comment section. We need to help our men. We need to help our men. They don't need to be single. They don't need to be alone because of these small things. Okay, I think that's how I'm gonna end my video today. So I wish you all the best for all those who are viewing from all parts of the world. Yeah, I'm gonna end the video. So if you have not subscribed, kindly hit that subscribe button and don't forget to hit the bell for new notifications whenever I upload a new video. Thank you so much for sticking around and watching my videos. I really appreciate, and God bless you.
Just breathe in and breathe out. You've been crying for some time now. Lost your mind.